titties and beer. Baby, titties and beer. Titties and beer. I thank God Almighty for titties and beer. Titties and beer.
Guys, Tuesday, and we are going to look at Berliner Weiss. It is refreshing and effervescent, and it's 4.8%, and it has a bottle cap that looks just like that. And I've already previously scavenged the drawer, and I picked out the one that Wade sent me. Yeah. We could do this. Give Stephen Bush something to do. Yeah, sorry for everyone that's already upset that the brew review is so late. I was in video chat with Christopher, and he was perplexed at the fact that one of the brew reviews, granted, an hour-long brew review, tilted the scales at 6 gigs in file size. And he made the comment that he always used, and that's an MP4. Sorry, looks like this, and smells kind of Belgian-ish. And I just got back from doing cement work, so Chuck will just have to deal with it. Cement work on top of a very high house, fixing a chimney with a very, very steep grade. It is effervescent. All right. Belgian-ish, but has kind of a lot lighter. There's no banana. Oh, these would go down so well after pushing a lawnmower around. Yeah, it does have kind of a carbonation like charge that get that effervescent part of it, but it's light, it's semi-sweet, almost a little bit of an apple or a pear flavor. Hang on, I gotta check something. I've been going back and forth all day long with the Crazy Scotsman and another good friend of mine. Awesome. Okay, Crazy Scotsman is doing some leg work. I don't know if you'll see this or not, but last night me and Christine tried to get together with Jim. Me and Chris, because Jim was like asleep or something. Me and Chris put together the entire, mostly, yeah, like the entire shopping list for the girls' build. You know, when you deal with Christine, you deal with quality and hopefully with a little bit of help from some friends and maybe some companies, if they will help out. Obviously it'd be nice to get as much, if not all, of the stuff for this donated from these companies. You know, I can pretty much build an entire a decent AR-15 for $500, and the barrel that Chris wants in the girls' build is all by itself is $375. But right off the bat, I want to say thanks again for everybody that has helped out so far. Until he says that it's okay to say something, the mystery donor that picked up the complete Palmetto State lower, that will now end up with a few extra scavenger parts to go into other builds. Muzzle First donated the complete upper, which is a palmetto state. It's all brand new except for the scope that's on it, and it has an A2 front sight, which I'm not a fan of those at all. And I was contemplating pulling that off, putting a low pro gas block on there and stuffing something from Odinworks but Zeus originally sent the link to the Matrix Stripe Vietnam or whatever that color scheme was, and he sent me the link to that. Well, Sharky762 Remco this afternoon said, you know, you should go with that, and I want to buy it. So he dumped enough money into my PayPal to pay for the parts and shipping, and I immediately ordered it, and hopefully that will be here Friday. Hopefully that'll be here Friday. So it's gonna have that kind of cool green color scheme to it. That is the forend, the stock, the grip. It comes with a vertical. I've never liked those. I'll probably just put it on it. So as of right now, it's a complete AR-15 with that green stripe pattern, Magpul pattern on it. The case that Stalker Steve donated back to the cause. I'm gonna put everything in there. So as it stands right now, the only thing I'm short on is putting some kind of like a Magpul rear flip up M-bus flip up sight on it. It will have one way or the other. If I have to, I'll just I'll pull one off of. I think I have got one on the SKS. Unfortunately, I have some flip up sights laying around, but I don't know how this happens. Every single thing I have laying around is a front. Okay. First in on Peach Bum IPA was Zeus saying word. Second was It's Too Loud, You're Too Old. Oh, yeah. Did I ever... Once again, squirrel. Yeah, so after talking to Chris about the size of the file for an MP4, he says he always uses the Windows Media format. So I tried doing that. You know, it doesn't tell you, but I hit render on my software, and it seemed like it was like 2.5 or something hours later, when normally we're long done, because as an MP4, it takes Corel X11 about 30 minutes tops to do an hour-long brew review to render it. No more than 30 minutes. This was like 2.5 hours later. I thought maybe that the computer froze or the app went bad. You know, I fired up Task Manager expecting to see that it was that it had failed, and no, it was still running. Well, now I'm way too committed. You know, it was at like 90-something%. So yeah, it ended up being like 11 plus gigs for yesterday's brew review. So I will not be using that format ever again. Some may say, why even put it in 1080? Well, why not? That's a good reason. Bulwark 1911. Fuck cancer. Yeah. Fuck cancer. Bull 165100. Turd. Lunatic Dad. I am not a Peach fan. Well, my friend, then I don't recommend that. But like I said, Do you like mango? Because I personally thought it tasted more like mango than it did peach. Zeus, hey, those tourniquets are for you to EDC. Could save a life. Cheers, brother. Oh, thanks, Zeus. Okay. So, Zeus is the one that sent the tourniquets. And that's the case, then I do have a first aid kit in my truck. And there will definitely be one in there. And then something like the range bag or something like that. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories and some horror stories of the difference between having and not having a tourniquet. Joey Cuz, there's only one kind of peach I like. Joey Cuz, I can't concentrate on you when the brew chick is hot as fuck, and all I want to do is chain her up and make a jizz pool out of her belly button. Oh, I was thinking out loud. Yeah, I think you typed out loud too. El Tenda, guys, get well soon. El Tenda. It's too loud or too old. Great review, brother. Thank you. Tardisius, can't beat good hot sauce. Trump train. Last night, well, to be totally honest, we have switched to doing juice for dinner. I don't even remember. Little to nothing. I had yogurt for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and then we were supposed to do doing juice for dinner. And neither one of us wanted to go to the store to get stuff, so we just ended up having a few scrambled eggs and cheese. And so I tried that fiery habanero that Jim sent, and that was very good. That's the one I've tried so far. Zeus, just to be clear, I did not order the Vietnam Tiger Stripe. That's what it's called. Shit, you know. I did not order the Vietnam Tiger Stripe furniture. My parts should be there by Thursday. They go to 11. I don't know what the secret code means, but thank you, Zeus. But you did help with the link. You may not have ordered it, but thanks to Sharky762, they should be here on Friday. Mr. Holster, of course, no way for me to tell for sure about having taken care of the cattle in my youth. Every day for the last 10 years, my gut says that it is not a bull on that shirt. I will have to yield to your professionalism. My time on the farm as a ute was to bale hay, for some weird reason, drive what today would probably be a $40,000 car. Oh, that duster was so sweet. Plum crazy purple with the white stripes. So, I digress. Mr. Holster, 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Oh my God, man. Little trip to the doctor and you fall apart. Crazy Scotsman, straight fucking 10 on the brew chick. Hell yeah. Crazy Scotsman, Mr. Holster is going to shit a brick over 3 minutes in and haven't even started drinking. Yet damn you slacking. Smile Money. Trigger pull for a bench gun being light is a great feature. I would think a heavier pull on a defensive weapon would be better. Yeah, the only side of that argument I give you is any of the guns that I shoot for defense, I shoot most for fun. But in that moment, thanks to a little thing called adrenaline, it could probably be a 20-pound trigger and you'd never notice. Smile Money, are you going to get weak trigger finger from the lack of any strength training with those triggers? That could happen. Crazy Scotsman, whiskey. I could probably do one. I'm having tonight. Tonight is I think I've mentioned in the past the house that I pretty much grew up in. I refer to them as my ma and my pa. They are not my biological parents, but they are the coolest people on the planet. And me and Christine have dinner with them once a month. And we ended up with a little break in the action due to the juicing thing. But that's resuming tonight. And Samantha is coming with us. So, yeah. But I'll have to play it by ear. Of course, I also have the breathalyzer, so that helps out a lot. Because in a situation like that, I would prefer to not drink and have the gun. Of course, the fact that Christine has a conceal and carry permit means a gun is always still with us. Just to piss her off, I'll just have her put this in her purse. She thinks this is an ugly gun. See, she is so wrong. This is going fast too. It's not, well, let's put it this way. I owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to the Crazy Scotsman. He is so passionate about firearms and veterans and people that need help. Was it C-Max Arms, dealing with some really bad fucking cancer shit himself. I will be getting in on it. I would like to see what I can let the Crazy Scotsman. I don't know. I'll talk to him and see what I can do. And I know what it's like to do all the shipping stuff. So I would rather just let him know what I will be putting in to sweeten the pot with for him, but keeping it in this part of the country until there's a winner, and then I will send it out for him. So I will accept his whiskey comment. Not to mention, this shit's really, really good. Because this Crazy Scotsman has just been going to town on dealing with major companies and his contacts. I need to talk to a few of. Now I'm starting to wonder: has the Crazy Scotsman got more pull? Crazy Scotsman, if you know anybody at JP Enterprise, I'll yield that back to you. But one of the things that Christine wanted on the girls' build was the JP comp. They are very nice. That's what I have obviously on mine. John Solar, 283. Powers. Yeah, baby. Okay. I take it you've heard of it. Crazy Scotsman. I'm sorry, not sure what the hell you are talking about for the past 20 plus minutes. Been busy looking at the brew chick Trump train. Mr. Holster, since your trip to the doctor, I've been thinking, why not leave all your AKs and SKSs to me in your will, and I will leave mine to you, and we will see who wins. That sounds like a sick little game. Damn it. Mario Mosen. Damn, bro. You white people and skin cancer, and the fact that you're ginger doesn't help. Hope all goes well with the skin cancer. Well, I don't know that it's anything. When they find shit, they cut it off and check it. Okay? Let's not jump to any conclusions. You know? The last one was, though. Last one was really, really bad. And big. You know, that's just not something to be proud of. You know, I'm well endowed with cancer. Fucking cancer. Mario Mosen. Hey! Battle Bean in the house. Sharky762. The man that's putting all of the furniture on the Douglas County Disabled Veterans Build. Oh man, a Desert Eagle and 10mm. Now that would be nice. Oh, yeah. If only I was a master gunsmith and a CNC operator. Yeah, wish you were. Muzzle first. Nice job, sir. Like the trigger pull gauge. Yeah, so do I, considering that Lehman says that it's well, it's accurate to 1/10 of an ounce, or 2 grams, and it's 20 times more accurate than the spring style, like the one that I have. Not to mention, you know, with the electronics, you can do 3 pulls and get an average. And I can tell you, the 2 most consistent triggers in the bunch was John Huber and the Armageddon roller trigger. In a tight, very tightly right behind that was the Hyperfire. A few of them surprised me at actually how light they are. The one I don't have in a gun that I would like to test, though, is probably for the money. Again, I wish Odinworks made this. They don't. They just resell it. So when you hear me speak, know that one. Well, of course, it always comes from the heart. If you think that I'm being persuaded by shit, then you can go F yourself. For the money, these velocity triggers, this is what Chris wants to put in the girls build. The only thing is she'd rather have the more traditional trigger and not the straight bow, but I don't. This was in the 24-inch. And now there's a Hyperfire in there. Hyperfire is a better trigger. The Hyperfire is almost twice the cost of this one. This one is not half of the quality of a Hyperfire. Like $150 for this at Odinworks. And definitely tell Alicia that I sent you. I wish they made this in-house, because then the price would be even better. But I tell you, you will, for $150, hey, let me know if something exists. As of right now, I have not seen a better trigger for the price range. There was one I was kind of interested in finding out more about. I sent a link to John Huber. I saw it on the Rainier Arms YouTube channel. It is a zero friction trigger, and it's kind of done up completely different than anything else. And when I saw the internal schematics of it, I thought, holy cow, this thing looks a lot like the internals on one of John Huber's Remington 700 triggers. Not implying that it was a ripoff by any means. I'm just saying that there's a reason that John's triggers are so good. So, muzzle first. Thank you again. I did get the shipping confirmation, and I believe that the upper for the Douglas County veterans will be here on Thursday. Sharky, the Chaos sling on the Justin rifle is where it belongs. Take care, mate. Yes, I'm catching up. Yeah, I agree. I didn't feel right taking it off of there because, I mean, AJ Gun God is an awesome guy, and he sent probably one of the highest rated slings that are being made, and of course I wanted to put it on one of my favorite rifles, but that rifle represents more of my friends than it does. So basically what I'm saying, if AJ is listening, a really cool sling sent by an old friend got trumped by a really cool homemade sling sent by an old friend. So you, AJ would get it. Sharky, epic shirt for Miss B. Hope the other cut isn't where I have had mold taken away a few years ago. Yeah, let's, no. Sharky762, at times 3 pulls is what it takes. Just ask my ex-girlfriend from the 90s. Ed, fine review. Chesticles and gun porn. Great goodies from 2 awesome guys. Now 3. He, when I say he, I mean Remco from across the big pond. He may be stuck on the other side of the pond, but the man is a look at what he does for all of the stuff. I mean, he has been a major contributor to the last 3 big veteran-related things, and he got in contact. Actually, he is behind on videos, and he's just like he goes, "Who makes a good lower?" Because he was gonna buy a lower for it, and then I was busy working, and I didn't get to respond to that one. And he's like, "Ah, shit, someone already did." But that's awesome. And then I just made the comment about that furniture, because he sent me the link actually to it, and said that it looked really cool, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. And he's just like, well, I'm buying it. Okay. Cheers. Wade. Jim has great taste in gifts and guns. With those little trigger pulls, you don't have time to miss. See, that is a conversation. See, look at how easy that was. John Huber, if you're watching this, let me just repeat that. With those light trigger pulls, you don't have time to miss. End of story. That's where it is. That's where it is. And if that was too confusing for maybe some snowflakes or something out there, that super ass light trigger pull. You put your finger down, you're looking through the scope, you're all lined up with your shot, and when your finger just touches that trigger and that gun goes off, there is no time to push or to pull your rifle off of target. That is one of the reasons, probably, well, not probably, hands down, the number one reason that Mosin Nagant is so frickin' accurate. Because you could, I bet you if I put a stock Mosin trigger back into that and let someone shoot, let a group, say take 10 guys, they get 3 shots at 600 yards at a steel target, I bet you I bet you I'd put money on it. There is going to be a massive difference between the 3 shots from the 10 guys with a mil-spec or the stock Rusky trigger in it versus a Huber Concepts. Because John Huber will take about 2.5 hours to tell you about time and distance, and then he starts talking and your head starts spinning and you can smell brain tissue melting, and he's so passionate, but it's just like, John, take a break. Time is everything on a trigger, and that's why the Huber Concepts triggers are hands down the best in the world. That's why of the top like 100 competitive long-range shooters in the world, it's something like 40%, almost 50% are running Huber Concepts triggers, and that number keeps getting bigger and bigger because every single time someone sees the guy who won with that kind of rifle, oh, there's a thought, you know, okay, he had instead of shooting a big 338 Lapua, he was shooting a 6.5, and and he had a Huber Concepts trigger in it. I mean, I remember out at what is that, 3 years ago now, out at Sniper's Hide in Colorado that I went to with John. There was 80 competitors out there, and 23 of them had a Huber Concepts trigger. And I remember listening to one of the guys that built the one-of-a-kind rifle that was given away. And he didn't know who I was, and he was talking to someone else, and someone else made a comment about, you should have put a Huber Concepts trigger in there, and he's just like, yeah, I went with the Jewel. That's the benchmark for triggers, the Jewel trigger. Well, I've heard comments from this guy in the last year, and I think if he had a chance to build another one, it's going to have a Huber Concepts in it. He has seen the light. Sharky, I didn't send the tourniquets, but 1, get to know how to use them. 2, make sure that you're ready to go, so unwrap them. 3, have them on your ready to go at the range. In a pocket counts because accidents happen. And 4, please make sure they are legit tourniquets, as there are plenty of airsoft fakes out there being sold as the real deal. Yes, number 4 is a sad thing. Well, since it came from Zeus, I'm CAT, Combat Application Tourniquet. Yep, you are 100% right. Take some time, get to understand exactly how they work. And unwrap them. You are 100% right on, Sharky, when you say that. And this would be the kind of thing that I would have on my on my side for something like you know, any of the shoots. Anytime we go up to the range, Sharky, you should give Megpul a call, as that particular UBR seems pretty fucked up when fully collapsed. Yeah, I probably should. It shouldn't be doing that. Stephen Bush, Jesus, fuck, this video is late. Yeah, it was. That won't happen again. Aunt Keck, cheers and hope all goes well for you. Thank you, sir. Stephen Bush, Powers Whiskey was getting 4 to 4.5 out of 5 stars everywhere I was looking. And from tasting it, I don't dispute that at all. Steve, take the stock off there and hit it with some alcohol on the internals and shake it dry. Maybe some CLP in those key areas if you can. I can give that a try, and if that doesn't work, then I probably should contact Megpul. And Keck, salute. And Keck, there's no cure for liberals. No, there's not. And Keck, you're very welcome indeed for the idea with the AK. Oh, pull her trigger. Pull it. Oh, it's got a... See, that's why when some people saw my video and they're like, you gotta give this trigger a try. I'm like, dude, this trigger is frickin' awesome on it already. Why would I fuck with it? And Keck, pull it again. And Keck, yes, rack her again and again and again. And Keck, I'm pretty spent. Steve, that chick's stomach looks like she has a football-shaped mongoloid dick crammed in her ugly ass gut. Well, that was descriptive. And Keck, chesticles. Now I can't get the image of a hairy tits out of my head. Look. Those aren't hairy. Ammohead 73. Son of a bitch. The trigger on the Mosin is awesome. Also stick that 24-inch upper up your ass. Hitting the refresh button, because that was the last comment, and Ammohead 73 stands as the last comment. The trigger on the Mosin is the real damn deal, and I owe that all to John Huber. And like I've said before, don't judge. Sometimes you definitely don't want to judge a book by its cover, because I already put it away. I had a nice shiny red anodized Mosin Nagant cartridge style trigger from Timney, and I just wanted that in there because it was so cool. It had to be better, right? And then John Huber shows up with, looks just like the same piece of shit that was in the rifle. Whew, was I wrong? Well, not exactly like it. It's got a really shiny skeletonized stainless trigger shoe. Other than that, you know, it was just like a stock one. Okay, Mr. Holster, this should not count as not finishing my beer, because it's the second one. It still could happen before we're out of here, though. Just kidding. Berliner Weiss from Samuel Adams is refreshing and effervescent. 4.8% though, lame. I gotta say that is lame. But I tell you, something like this is very tasty, and I'd say if you see it, just give it a try. I put it in the good category for a lawnmower beer. For that, I'm gonna give it an 8. I mean, I realize that's not really super awesome. I mean, I'd probably give it a 7 in comparison to some things I've had, but as far as a good, tasty, summertime, warm, got done mowing the lawn kind of beer, it's good. And it is effervescent. It's got a little tingle, Joey. It gives you a little tingle in your swimsuit area. Okay. Again, I really want to say thanks for just the quality of the help and the speed of it. Hopefully by the weekend I'll have everything. I'm not sure on the lower that is coming from Palmetto State Armory, but we'll see. So, cheers, guys. Oh, I suppose we should talk about what I'm going to look at tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. I'm hoping that I get wrapped up on everything I have to do, and I'm going to shoot out and spend some time with I think it's Troy, the owner of the El Dorado in Oliver, Wisconsin, who is the man making this all happen, and my friend Brent, and hopefully Brad Bennett, talk show host extraordinaire. But if we do get together tomorrow, we'll take a look at this. And it's oofda. Maybe I should rethink this. It's it's 11.4%. So I may or may not be here tomorrow, but because if I get the opportunity, I'm sorry, I gotta spend some time. I gotta shoot out and get together with them. So there's a good chance that we're not getting together tomorrow. But the next time we do a beer, I guess it's going to be the coconut porter. Wow. Maybe I should have looked at the sour. Alright. Cheers. And thank all you guys that are always willing to help. And remember, anything that you think would be good to put in the youth fundraiser, and if it can get here in time, stuff for the Douglas County one. Right now we've got a minted out rifle in a soft case, and could always use mags that rear flip up, and anything else that you could think would get people into spending money, so that money can go to veterans. Cheers.